morning, and this morning we're going to have a trip round the salt mines. As you can see, we've had a little bit of dust and snow overnight, but at least it's warmed up a bit because of that. So come and join us as we're going to have a walk around and see if we can make all these stairs. The salt mines are supposed to be one of Krakow's largest tourist destinations, and that shaft you can see behind me is the original and the oldest one to take you down into it. Today we journey deep beneath the earth to explore Wieliczka salt mine, part of a UNESCO World Heritage site that was one of the very first to be named back in 1978. We're going down 135 metres, that's about 440 feet, to see breathtaking chapels, serene lakes and intricate sculptures carved entirely from the rock salt. And this incredible journey starts with one of very long first step, 380 stairs spiralling straight down into the darkness. That journey downwards is like a transition between worlds. With every turn on that spiraling wooden staircase, the air changes, it gets cooler, stiller, and you can taste a faint, clean saltiness on your lips. Underground, the temperature holds steady at a constant 16-17 degrees Celsius, which can be a stark contrast from the world we've came from. The ancient wooden beams supporting the shaft are worn smooth by centuries of use. It feels almost endless. If you look like you're descending into the very heart of the earth, and in a way you are. This first shaft, the Danilowicz shaft, is just the beginning. The entire tourist route has over 800 steps, but thankfully most of them are heading down. When you finally step off the last stair onto the solid salt floor 64 metres below the surface, the sound of the modern world just fades away. There's a profound silence here, broken only by the shuffling footsteps of your own group and the voice of your guide. Yes, you have to take a guide, it's the only way you can see down here. You left the sunlight world behind and entered the kingdom of grey salt, timber and shadows. It's immediately clear this is no ordinary place. This is just a journey back in time. The first few chambers on the tour are like a living museum, dedicated to the raw ingenuity and back-breaking labour of generations of miners. The history of this place is staggering. While industrial mining began here in the 13th century, people in this area were harvesting salt from the natural brine springs all the way back to the Neolithic times. For centuries, these mines was a massive industrial operation with royal status. Known as the Krakow Salt Works, and it literally helped fund kingdom. Our guide leads us through galleries where incredible displays showing the evolution of mining. You'll see primitive tools from the earliest, most dangerous days of extraction. There are life-size models of men and horses, their figures carved from salt, demonstrating how this precious mineral was hauled to the surface. You can see the progression from the simple hand tools to the complex machinery, like a massive wooden treadmill that was powered by horses who would spend their entire lives down here in the dark. It's a truly powerful illustration of human perseverance. This mine wasn't just a place of work, it was a destination for the curious and the powerful long before it became an official tourist spot. It is said that one of the earliest tourists was none other than Nicholas Copernicus, who may have come to marvel at the underground world in the 15th century. Kings, artists and scholars followed, all eager to witness its scale and beauty for themselves. As we walk through these historical exhibits, you'll start to understand that every tunnel tells a story, not just geology, but of human faith, invention and the relentless drive to pull this white gold from the earth. Commercial mining only stopped in 1996, making this one of the longest running salt mines in the world. Now at 90 meters.
They are monks and they are from Salt. Originally, when a different chapel on this level, there was much more. Watch it here, you may see results. Both monks, they were without face or shoulders, they were melted by the atmospheric moisture. And the chandelier bar is made of salt crystal. But it's very small. You will see much bigger in a moment. Because we'll visit
The history is fascinating, but nothing, and I mean nothing, can compare you for what's next. Our guide leads us through a modest-looking tunnel, and as we emerge, the space just explodes into a chamber of such breathtaking scale and artistry that it feels impossible. We've arrived at St. Kinga's Chapel. Located 101 metres beneath the surface, this isn't just a chapel in a mind. It is a full-size cathedral with everything made of salt, even the floor you're walking on, which gleams like polished marble. It's carved from a single massive block of salt. The ornate altars covered in detailed biblical scenes are pure salt. Even the magnificent chandeliers that look like they're made of crystal are actually made from rock salt that was dissolved, purified, and then perfectly reconstructed to achieve the stunning clear glow. The scale is immense, 54 metres long and 12 metres high, but it's the detail that really leaves you speechless. Along the walls are intricate reliefs, and the most famous is a stunning salt-carved replica of Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. There are statues of saints and even a monument to Pope John Paul II, who came from this very region of Poland. What makes this place even more incredible is that this entire masterpiece wasn't carved by a trained artist. It was the work of just 3 miners over the period of more than 60 years. Starting in 1896, it was a labour of pure love and devotion, a way for the miners to have a place of worship deep within the dangerous confines of their workplace. Finally completed in 1963, today the chapel is still a consecrated space, hosting masses and even weddings in its salty subterranean halls. Standing here, surrounded by the soft glow of the salt chandelier, you'll just feel an overwhelming sense of awe for the faith and artistry that created such a miracle so far beneath the ground. Leaving the grandeur of the chapel, the journey continues deeper into the mine. 245 kilometres of winding galleries, the paths lead us to one of the mine's most serene and surprising features, the underground lakes. In the dimly lit chamber, you'll come across bodies of water so still that they perfectly reflect the carved ceilings above them. The water is, of course, incredibly salty, a dense brine that gives you its unique heavy quality. And our first break, a little gift shop and a small coffee there. Get snacks, and toilets. And probably first time I've been here, 110 metres underground. The Wieliczka salt mine is so much more than a tourist attraction. It's a living museum to history, faith and human endurance. It's a place where industry and art merge in the most unexpected way, creating a subterranean wonder that is truly has no equal. From the sheer scale of the chambers to the impossible delicacy of the salt chandelier, every moment of the journey is filled with awe. It is without doubt one of the most incredible things you can do in Poland. A journey that proves that the greatest treasures are sometimes found deep beneath the surface. And I must admit, it really takes your breath away when you're down there. And you can feel it when you're breathing. It feels clean. And it's one thing I really, really recommend you go and see, because it's absolutely amazing. And if you have already been to the salt mines, or seen the breathtaking part, the scale of the chapel or anything like that, then stick it in the comments. Let us know how you felt about the place.
Famous person of Polish history. I had to start. When they couldn't escape, they couldn't die in salty water. After a few seconds, there was no air to breathe under the boat, and they suffocated. They didn't drown, they suffocated under the boat. Now to the orchestra. On the right of the lake, we have the figure of the Czech saint, John Nepomuk. He is a patron saint of drowned people, sailors, confessors and lawyers. And you may see above that we are now 130 meters below the surface. 130. Before I say goodbye to my group, because we'll take the final break of the tour, it's like to stay here. Yeah, to stay continued mining here, but it was of course labor first. Exactly here inside.
This tube is 36 metres high.
This place is so high. 24 years ago here, there was a
There's 9 levels. First level is about 64, the 9th is about 360 down. And we've done about 3 kilometres, which is about 1% of all the tunnels and chambers in the mine. Right, I hope you enjoyed that little trip around the salt mines. You enjoyed it, Al?
Yeah, actually it was really good. I would recommend coming here. It's good.
If you enjoy that sort of video, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell for future videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.